Let's see, who's next? None of these yet. I think we'll do this one. Pull the bag off and let's bring it in. So this machine has a very interesting problem. Let's go ahead and pull the top of it. That's a sign that somebody's been in here. Now I already know that going into this because this carburetor is basically new. That's interesting. But we have a primer that's not picking up fuel and shooting it into the cylinder. So what we're going to have to do is pull everything apart in order to figure out what's going on. Let's have a 1/2 inch bolt here. And a 3/8 up here. I'll just pull this thing off. You have this PCV line. We'll just leave that how it is. Also, spring. And finally, linkage. Try not to lose this spring. It's kind of some interesting bits and pieces with this carburetor. It's definitely aftermarket. It came from Amazon. So we'll get that out of the way. We'll have to service that. We'll pull this. Don't even need to pull that off because it's not going to fall off. It's on there pretty good. But we'll go ahead, undo all these screws. So that's good, that spring is there. But we can see the issue. This carburetor is just not pulling up any fuel into this pocket. And as it happens, this diaphragm is pretty worn out. So we're going to go ahead and change both of these out. It really is the best place to start with these things. I'm going to go blow this out with my air compressor. The diaphragm goes on first, then the paper gasket, and the carburetor. Can't forget these parts. So this is right back in here just like that, up against that inner lip, and you grab the retainer ring. This is a cheap Chinese carburetor. It's kind of what you get, nature of the beast type stuff. So now that that's done, I'm going to pull this out and lube this because the owner did not do that. You don't need much, just use regular motor oil, whatever you got lying around. Squeeze it up. This is how these things filter. They actually do a really good job of filtering, but they are considered a wet type filter. They need to have oil in them, or else they will not filter anything, and you will wear your machine out if you don't oil these. So we'll put this gasket on, we'll put the linkage on first. This one's got a bushing right here. All we're going to do is just kind of somewhat carefully line everything back up. Grab our PCV hose. Throw that back on. 1/2 inch bolt. 3/8. Governor spring. Well, so with this carburetor on, this aftermarket one, it appears that we have some sort of issue with it. Now, I've only actually installed a couple of these Briggs classic aftermarket carburetors on over the years. Yeah, so this is a first for me having to deal with this, but it doesn't really surprise me. So let's just pull this back off. And even with that diaphragm replaced, this one is not pumping up any fuel. So at this point, I believe that this carburetor has an issue with it internally. Now, what's this mean? Well, I've got a few of these OEM ones, on the shelf or whatnot, so I'm just going to swap an OEM one onto it and be done with it. The only thing is this one we're going to have to replace the primer bulb on, but everything else is fine. Off camera, I'm going to turn on the air compressor and kind of just blow off the top of this thing. From this other one, I may take the butterfly valve off the back of it if I can, if it'll fit onto this one. So hopefully that's not going to be an issue. This is a common issue with these carburetors, unfortunately. So what we're going to have to do with this thing is start pulling it apart. Sometimes these videos don't go exactly how I like them to go, but it does make for interesting content, I hope. But we'll go ahead and pull this thing off. And the big tell here, I don't really know where it's clogged at. One of these probably. Of course, there's nothing really I can do about it, unfortunately. So what we need to do is pull this out, see if we can swap that over. That may or may not be the same size. So far, so good. There we go. So we'll try that, see if it works out. I'm going to clean this off, be right back. So this one we're going to have to remove this primer ball. So I've got some new primer balls. Let's throw that one on. I need to buy some more of these and just line everything up in place. 17mm socket, and just press down. I don't know if you guys heard that or not, but clicked in place, and now you can hear it pulling up. All right, so now we're going to try this thing out. So at this point, I'm curious. I can already feel it pumping up. There it is. So it works now. There was something screwy with this old carburetor. Don't know what it was, if it was just not manufactured correctly, but this thing is junk. This is going to go straight in the trash, so it can't Well, so it can't be installed on another machine of mine by accident. So at this point, what we can do is check the oil, because I don't remember if I checked that. Oil's nice and clean, so that's good. Forgot the spring, of course. All right. Try two. So this thing runs really good. Need to sharpen the blade nut. So to remove the recoil on one of these, it's really easy. Just have a single 3/8 bolt up front, and then usually there's two in the back. And then some people like to undo the dipstick tube here and here, but I've always just pulled them out as one piece, just like that. And you'll be fine as long as you don't, get any dirt in there. You'll be okay. You can cover it up with a rag if you want. We'll replace this right now. So these are some of the easier pull cords to replace, because really all you need is a pair of vice grips and some sort of cutter. What we're going to do is kind of size our vice grips up. You'll see this little nub here. That makes things a little easier. I might actually go and get my other vice grips. These might work okay. But I just got to size it up, just like that. So it's just poking through. That's probably fine. So we'll just pull this out. Just like that. Grab your vice grips. Not going to go anywhere. That little nub makes things way easier. So we'll just pull this out. You see the little piece of the tail that's in there. You just grab that, if it'll cooperate with you. That's right, this one's got a knot in it. So we'll just cut it out from up here then. So you take your old cord. What I do is just this. I just kind of size it up. And this one will give about an extra inch or inch and a half of slack. And grab a lighter. Give it a good tug. Now at this point, let's grab your handle. Sometimes you do have to help these a bit. Same thing, knot at the end. Thing's not going anywhere. So we'll get this back on the machine. I just pulled the blade off. It was easy enough. I'm not seeing any obvious out of balance with it. There is a little bit of vibration. We'll give it a quick sharpen. See what we can do with it. It might be that the crankshaft has a very slight bend in it. if that's the case, at the point that it's at, it's just an annoyance, and I would still sell it as it is. If it was any worse, I would probably replace the crank or replace the motor. I think that's acceptable. Let's go ahead and slap it back on. Just stick this thing back on. Get it all lined back up. And throw it back together. I do have the spark plug out. Spark plug boot out, by the way. And simple as that. It's back on. Blade's nice and sharpened. So we'll see. Let's get it back up. Okay. We're just going to pull this back. Right back where it should be. Let's see if it'll start without priming it. Yeah, we had it up. Give it a prime. Runs good. I just realized this, but that might be the wrong spark plug. I think that's one for an overhead valve engine, not one of these old flatheads. But who knows? These Chinese kits can be kind of weird sometimes. They'll include something that will technically work, but it won't look OEM. But these flathead Briggs are supposed to take a plug that looks like this. Supposed to take one that looks like that. Notice how the insulator here is a lot shorter. The insulator is not so much the issue, it's how many threads are down here, because if it's too long it won't fit, and obviously that one fits, but it just doesn't look right. But I always save these Champions. Very rarely have I ever had a Champion fail. This one's probably 25, 30 years old, it looks like. They are very reliable plugs for small engines. I love Champion spark plugs. They're not paying me to say that. I've just had really good experience with them over the years. So this thing is going to be mothballed. Nothing is selling right now. It's currently in the beginning of August. So I'm going to hold on to this one. You guys won't see a final look and start until probably September or maybe October, depending on how the market swings back. Usually later into summer like this, when it's really hot, people aren't typically mowing their lawns. So the market does kind of slow down a bit. If I was able to sell this thing, it would be, you know, at a lower price than, believe it or not, what I could get during fall or even into winter. But hopefully I'll get you guys a video on it, and stay tuned for more. I plan on kicking the mower videos into high gear here pretty soon.